Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya on ISIM, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. There are some videos you see, and you are questioning your sanity because there are some things you don't even you don't even know how it happens and all that. But all this, there is nothing like fairy tale or anything. All my videos are not fairy tale or folk tales. They are real life happening. And the fact that, you see, they keep saying, don't talk about racism, it's going to go away. But I see how great and how good it is going away because my own people are suffering day in, day out. If someone was like telling in the comment section that I have to be positive, but if I keep being positive and not talk about it, a lot of things will be happening to my people and nobody will talk about it. And I am going to keep talking about it. You stole from a black woman, said so many nasty things about her, hit her car and turned around and made it look like she was the one that stole from you people. And the detective are all over harassing her and not doing their job. Why? Because she is someone that she looks so much like me. And I am so grateful that everything that happened, why the whole thing was going on, she called her sister on phone and her sister was screen recording. And I am so grateful that black people are so woke that they know that when they know what it's going to happen when they are dealing with from colored people, and they are always very vigilant. Let's get into this video.
So a young black woman is working as armed security for a bar in Detroit. She's working New Year's Eve. It is now New Year's morning, like 2 in the morning. She's off shift, and her boyfriend are driving home. While driving, they are suddenly hit by another vehicle, hit hard enough that it spins them around several times. They end up facing the wrong way in the road. They get out of their car. The people in the other car get out. She notices very quickly that the other people appear to all be minors, so young that she thinks perhaps they're not old enough to drive. She asks, "Are you even old enough to drive?" They say yes, and the minor who is driving produces a driver's license that she takes a picture of. But she does say that they appear to possibly be inebriated. So on her phone, she calls her mom on FaceTime to let her know what's going on. On her boyfriend's phone, she calls an insurance agent to tell them what's going on and report the accident. Meanwhile, the minor calls his parents, his mother, father, and stepfather, who arrive shortly after. She says the mother seems reasonable and level-headed, but the minor lies, according to her, and tells the two men that she pulled a firearm on them. Now, she is armed security, she's licensed to carry, she has a gun on her hip, but she says at no point did she ever point it at them or draw it. There was no altercation where she felt unsafe, and they're minors. But allegedly at that point, the two men attack her and her boyfriend. They begin to physically assault them. They say the minor joins in on this. At one point, she ends up on her back on the ground with the father on top of her. She says he raised back his fist to punch her, at which point, and I'm just going to paraphrase from my own words here, she basically says, I do have a firearm. If you hit me and make me skin this smoke wagon, it's not going to go well for you. And at that point, he gets off of her. They all jump in a car and take off, but she figures out they don't do this before one of them reaches into her car and steals her phone. Now, you may remember I said she called her mom on FaceTime. She never hung up that call, and when they grabbed the phone and took off, that call was still connected. The mother and her sister were on their way to meet her. The sister just happened to be recording, and then they started hearing the people who had taken the phone say this.
And Jay was going straight, but I got her phone. I got her phone. Oh, fucking whore. Oh, Dad, yeah! Oh, my God. Dude, you beat the fuck out of that dude. You beat the fuck out of him, bro. Boom, in the back of his head. Boom, boom, boom. Damn it. I was like, what? Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. You beat the fuck out of him, bro. Like, put him down. He was like, he got up like, he was like, oh, This funny motherfucker just beat the fuck out of him, bro. Fuck that motherfucker. Like that fucking black people, bro. They think they're fucking superior just because they're black. They're fucking dude.
So you leave the scene of an accident, and then your son incriminates all of you, stating that you all participated in an assault, and you brag about how you stole the phone. Now, they did get the phone back because her stepfather was tracking the phone, and they threw it out on the freeway. And after looking for quite some time, they found it, so they physically got the phone back. But better yet, they know everyone who's involved. Jay Sears, the one she says was on top of her, that she had to tell what would happen if he didn't get off, the one who you hear the boys say, Jay did this, and then is bragging about taking that effing whore's phone, and Jason Goldie, who was also there and participated in the assault, allegedly. And it doesn't matter a lot, but is anyone shocked that the house of one of these individuals has a Trump flag flying? Does that surprise anyone? So what does she do? She calls the police, naturally. She goes in and files a report. And then you know what happens? She gets word that a detective has shown up at her work, asking questions about her. Then she hears the same detective has shown up at family members' houses, asking questions about her. She starts feeling more like the suspect than the victim, so she calls the detective and says, hey, is there anything more you need from me? She says the detective says, I'm going to have to meet with you, and becomes aggressive toward her. And she, quite frankly, feels harassed by the detective. So to law enforcement, to the detectives involved, what exactly is the issue here? You have an audio recording, which is legal, by the way, because Michigan is a single consent state. You have a confession of an assault, bragging about punching him in the back of the head, bragging about stealing the phone, and you know they left the scene of an accident. The only thing that maybe happened in this kid's favor is if he was inebriated, he's probably not catching a DUI because it's too late to prove that. But still fled the scene, still assault, still theft. What exactly are you all doing about this? I promise you we're going to be watching. We're going to be waiting to see how you handle it. And if you don't handle it well, everyone's going to know.
I don't know, but I am sick to my bone marrow. There are some things you hear and you ask yourself, there are some things in my entire life, if I did not go deep, digging into African American history, that if you probably tell me, I probably might not believe it. Just like when I sit out with my friends and I tell them about some certain things, the history, and probably pull out videos to tell them, and they are looking at me like, and I do not blame them and I don't judge them. Because there are some things you hear and you see, you are totally in shock and it's unbelievable. But I don't say unbelievable anymore because with them anything is possible. A black woman went through all this and now she is being treated like she is the one that caused all the problem instead of going to the people that did the whole thing. Really make all this make sense because I am not understanding. See, sometimes we don't know what we are, especially parents. You don't know what you are doing to your children. Not until that cub you raise becomes lion and starts biting you. And then you probably start screaming, my child is this, my child is that, There are some things parents do and you are totally asking yourself, how did they do this? How did they do this? Because how can a parent or parents help their child or teach them? Because like what they did in front of their child, to that child, it's like it's okay to do it. I can do something like this to a black person and get away with it, right? And that is how this racism of a thing spread. Because most of the kids see what their parents do, say about black people or other people. And then they grow up and they start acting on it. We really can do better as human beings. I don't care about black and white, but there are some things as a human being you shouldn't do to, like your fellow human being. It doesn't matter whom you are, if your skin is, but there are some things you don't do to people. You also see, I love black people so much, and I love how vigilant they are at every point in time. Because I remember a doctor asking, why is it that when black people go to the doctor's room, they are alone, but they are not always alone? Because they have experienced so many terrible racism that you see them that they are so woke. And that is why I preach that if you are a black person and you are not woke, You are on your own. So the fact that she called her sister, why they took the phone and the phone was recording? What if she was not recording? There is no how we would have known what happened and what they said. But she got all the evidence. But the detective is now making it look like she is the one that stole from them. I really hope we get to the bottom of this, and I hope sister gets justice for everything. And it is very disgusting that so many palm-colored people are heartless. You know, they treat people that look like me like they are not human. It's really very sad. But I really hope someday that table is going to turn. And that is something that I really do look forward to. And I cannot wait for it. Black people ain't even asking for too much. The only thing that they are after is for them to dismantle the system that is killing them. That is the only thing. They have been handling every other thing all their lives. Till this very moment, they are still handling it. So the only thing they are so much concerned is that system for it to be dismantled. I am really so saddened that people have to really go through all this. And now they are making them look like they stole from them. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.